gonna take you back to the past.
Angry Video Game Nerd is an American retro gaming review comedy web series starring and created by James Rolfe. The series centers on Rolfe's titular skit character, often simply shortened to the Nerd, or sometimes just Nerd. He's a short-tempered and foul-mouthed gamer who delivers commentary on retro games of poor quality. While the series began with Rolfe simply playing games while providing retrospective commentary, the show has grown in scope to encompass sketches featuring guest characters, review of game consoles and peripherals, and short lectures about video game history and culture. Starting out as an amateur filmmaker, Rolfe intended his earliest video of the character to be a joke privately shown amongst friends and colleagues. In May of 2004, wow, I was like a baby! Anyways, in May of 2004, Rolfe, at the suggestion of future series producer Mike Matei, put the Angry Nintendo Nerd videos on his website, and in 2006, on the emerging video streaming platform YouTube, where it gained popularity. The series became a cult success, and he of course began to make more videos, and feature-length films, and as well as other stuff. Soon, he changed his name to the Angry Video Game Nerd to avoid trademark issues with Nintendo, and to allow him to review games from the non-Nintendo consoles. The AVGN is considered one of the pioneers of internet review videos, being highly influential on the style and format of subsequent video reviewers, as well as being responsible for helping to bring the concept into the mainstream. Various media review/sketch comedy entertainers have since cited the show as inspiration for their own material, like JonTron, the Nostalgia Critic, Aaron Hansen from Game Grumps, Angry Joe, Scott the Woz, and don't know the last one. We're talking about the Nerd because he has some pieces of lost media, one lost and one partially lost. Bet you didn't know that. And today we're going to be going over both of them. The first piece of lost media we'll be talking about is AVGN's Who Framed Roger Rabbit video. There's a part of the video that's lost, and it's its original nerd rant ending. So let's talk about it. The fourth video in his series, at the time still known as the Angry Nintendo Nerd, was created in 2006. It was a review of the 1989 NES game, Who Framed Roger Rabbit, based on the 1988 film of the same name. Originally, the episode was supposed to end with an improvised rant by the nerd, in which he would start shouting about terrible features in the game, and mention that he would rather do that, what he would rather do than play the game. Like, I'd rather have my balls eaten by a crocodile or something like that.
I'd rather put my balls in a crocodile's mouth while shoving my head up a unicorn's asshole!
According to a now-deleted tweet by Mike Matei, James's friend and assistant, the scene did not end up in the finished episode because, due to a tech error, the sound recording was switched off, leading to mute video footage they couldn't use. There is no information provided about what was specifically mentioned in the rant. After Lost Media Wiki user Ben Rodson contacted James, it's now confirmed that the audio was never recorded and the video footage was wiped from the tapes, meaning that the footage is permanently lost. Now let's talk about the next piece of lost media. It's actually partially found, not partially lost. I kind of got that mixed up, so I apologize. But the next piece of lost media is Jimmy Rolfe versus the Punching Bag. Jimmy Rolfe versus the Punching Bag was a 25-minute long short film created on July 14th, 1989 by James Rolfe, an independent filmmaker who would later go on to create the Angry Video Game Nerd. The short is counted by Rolfe himself as being the first film he ever made, and it features him, then 9 years old, as the clumsiest youngest boxer in the world, who couldn't even defeat his own punching bag. For the longest time, the content of the short was incredibly mysterious to James's fans, with the only footage from the short available for public viewing being a brief selection of clips seen in Cinemassacre 101, a since-deleted video by James about his early filmmaking efforts. Then, on July 14th of 2019, more footage of the short was uploaded online in celebration of its 30th anniversary. Rather than uploading the short directly, however, James instead chose to create an alternate, superior cut of the short that added in sound effects, inserted a parody of Survivor's Eye of the Tiger for the background music, and edited out a vast majority of the footage, with this new edit clocking at just 45 seconds in length. Given James's dislike of the original version of the short, describing it as painfully boring in one Twitter post, it remains unlikely that we will ever see any more of the short than is already available. And that's it for the whole video. I was gonna talk about one more thing, but I decided not to. It's the Super Mario Bros. Live stream, the partially found live stream with Mike Matei in it, where he's like really drunk or whatever, but like, I'm not gonna do that, so, yeah, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I'm sorry if this video felt short, but the next video we'll be talking about is Looney Tunes related, and then after that, we'll be talking about Dexter Morgan.
He's gonna take you back to the past to play the shitty games that suck ass. He'd rather have a buffalo take a diarrhea dump in his ear. He'd rather eat the rotten asshole of a roadkill skunk and down it with beer. He's the angriest gamer you've ever heard. He's the angry Nintendo nerd. He's the angry Atari Sega nerd. He's the angry video game nerd.